Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Patricia. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. In this video I am going to be showing you how I made this elastic waist midi skirt. You guys have asked for it. I was going to just make a skirt, like elastic skirt that was just gathered all the way down, but I wanted to think different. And of course we have the tier look on trend right now, and so I was like, why not make a skirt like that? And I even added lining to the skirt. If you don't want to add lining to it, then that's fine. I did that because my fabric is white and I just wanted that extra protection. Also, I want to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers and over. Thank you so much. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe. Have you subscribed? Subscribe now. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Subscribe. Thank you. These are the measurements I use for the skirt. Make sure to use your measurement for your hip. For the length, you can use same measurement or you can adjust it to your height. I am 5 feet 8 inches tall. After using a bed sheet to make a maxi dress, I got curious about finding fabric at the least cost possible. I ended up finding the shower curtain made from 100% cotton for only $6. So please don't sleep on finding fabrics at the home section at the store. As usual, I start with my fabric on fold with my measurement. I initially wanted the skirt to be a lot looser around the hip than I ended up with. I had to reduce the width of the skirt to my exact hip measurement in order to have more fabric for gathering on the lower portion of the skirt. For the length, I cut 21.5 inches, which includes the waistband and sewing allowance. The lower part of the skirt is 17 inches in length, also including the hem allowance. Next, I square those measurements and I cut the front of the skirt. I wanted the part joining the lower part to be above my knee, and so consider that when cutting the length of your skirt as well. I also wanted to have a little bit of the design in the upper part of the skirt and left the rest of the designs in the lower part of the skirt. I also input my measurements for the back and I go ahead to cut as well. To make things easier, I use the front as a guide to cut the length of the back. Next, I wanted a high-low effect for the skirt, but I forgot to do that for the back. For the front, I shortened it by 1 inch at the center front and connected it to the side with a ruler, after which I cut on that line. Next, I squared the lower part of the skirt and I cut as well. I then put the pieces together by pinning and then sewing with right sides facing. I decided to include lining to the skirt, which is optional, but I wanted that extra protection, especially because the fabric is white. To add the lining, I cut the front and back with the same measurement as the main skirt and stitched together. To attach the lining to the skirt, I use my iron to press a fold of about 1/4 inch, which is about 0.6 centimeters, to guide me while stitching, but I later realized it was totally unnecessary. I then joined the lining to the main skirt right sides facing by first pinning and then stitching about 1/4 inch all around, leaving about 1 inch space for feeding an elastic through. For the gathered portion of the skirt, I didn't have enough fabric as I wanted, so it was important to unpick every folded edge. After unpicking, I pressed, pinned and stitched together as you can see here. Next, I stitched gathering or basting stitches and went to town with pulling those threads to form my gathers. Once I was done forming those gathers, I attached it to the main skirt. To create balance when joining the upper part of the skirt to the lower part of the skirt, I went ahead to find a middle point at the back of the skirt. I achieved that by joining the side seams to give me that middle point. I snipped it and then I attached it to the seam on the gathered portion of the skirt. I did this because I cut the back as one piece and I chose to have that seam stay on the back of the skirt. I hope that makes sense. I pinned all around and I stitched. To hem the skirt, I folded a 1/4 inch first and then 1 inch and I pinned and stitched. And of course, I removed the basting stitches after I was done with attaching the two pieces together. For the waistband, I decided to use 1 1/4 inch elastic band. After attaching the lining, I folded about 1 1/2 inches of the main fabric towards the lining. I wanted the elastic casing to be 1 1/2 inches because I found that sometimes I don't sew my casings or elastic passage wide enough for my elastic. I also make sure to leave about 1 inch for feeding my elastic through. I pinned that area vertically to serve as a reminder when sewing in order not to sew over the place. I went ahead to stitch the casing closed by using the stitch in the ditch method. After stitching, I went ahead to press the seam one more time for a clean finish. Next, I go ahead to insert the elastic. Once I'm satisfied with the fit, I proceed to cut and stitch together the elastic using a zigzag stitch, and I also go ahead to close the opening for inserting the elastic. The skirt is almost done, and all I need to do at this point is finish the raw edges of the join part and also the hem of the lining, and we are done. Also, let me know if you'd like to see a tutorial for the top I am wearing. I made the top using the remaining fabric from the shower curtain. A whole outfit for $6, right? Unbelievable. I call it the power of sewing. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so for more videos like this. Also, make sure to leave a comment below if you'll be making this super easy midi skirt. Let me know what you'd like to see from me, and also share my videos. Thank you so much. Bye.